welcome back today for a free live tutorial teaching you exactly how to crochet the accessories, which I should call just the face and the ears of the zebra. Which arm is this one? The zebra with moving ears, or should I say wiggly ears. It is so cute. It's very popular. All of these moving hats are extremely popular with viral potential. I am so excited that you're here, and we're going to talk about this step by step. I'm going to guide you through the body, or should I call it the hat, the beanie, and the extension arms a little bit verbally, because it's the exact same pattern as the witch hat, just different colors. Okay, so I'll guide you through a little bit what I changed there in order to make it, white and black instead of the colors that we picked for the witch hat. Okay, so there's no front loop or back loop situation, but everything else is the same, and it's very straightforward. It's very easy. And if you have any of these moving mechanisms at home, the air pumps, then you can make one of these. You just need two of them, obviously, because a zebra has two ears, so that way it balances out. You don't want to have just one wiggle around, right? All right, how's it going, everyone? Remember to share if you haven't shared yet, if we can get more than 100 viewers while we're here talking about the zebra hat as well as all the other moving hats. Then we're going to do 3 prizes at the very end of this video. I am so excited. If not, then we're going to do 2, so no worries, we'll have prizes regardless. So I'm using worsted yarn because white and black are both colors that are really hard to see on camera. I'm going to pick gray just to teach you some of the items that are part of the zebra hat. I do want to point out that the written information of the entire pattern is currently only available in the ebook, so make sure you grab it. It is on sale right now. I also pinned the link on YouTube in the comment section. It's pinned right there, and it is both in the description on YouTube as well as Facebook, so make sure you check there if you want to grab the link. The coupon code is listed there as well, but you will see it here too, and we have a QR code. How's it going, everyone? Everyone good? All right, are you guys ready to get started? I am so excited. All right, we have a few people here today. It's a little bit cloudy today, so I hope the mood goes up a little bit more as the sun hopefully comes out soon. We sometimes have cloudy days. I know San Diego, we always think it's always sunny. It's not. We have something called the marine layer, so if you've ever been over here, you understand what the marine layer does. Anyways, are you guys ready? Okay, I'm gonna swoop around and hopefully this is all working. I switched out my capture card yesterday, so hopefully we don't have any issues. If there are, just let me know and I'll fix it really quickly. Okay, so let's talk about this hat here for a second, okay? First, I'm going to guide you through the verbal part of it, which would be the beanie part itself. So you're going to follow the exact same pattern pretty much as the witch hat. The only difference is you're not doing anything in terms of a back loop, front loop situation. There was one round where we used, I believe, the back loop and we left the front loop left over. We're not doing that here. It's all in both loops from front to end. Okay. And what you're doing is you're doing 2 rounds of white, then you do 1 round of black. 2 rounds of white, 1 round of black, and so forth. Okay, so that's pretty much the part where you're changing it slightly different, but everything else in terms of the stitch count and everything is the same. Remember, you have to do your measurements to make sure that it will fit, so nothing is too big or too small, because I've seen sometimes comments were saying, oh, the hat doesn't fit, and then I always say, did you do the measurements? And then I usually say, I get the answer, no, I just followed the pattern. Part of the pattern is the measurements. So always make sure that you do the measurements as according to what I said, especially in the video. I literally showed it to you how to measure it, and you have a table of like a reference table that you can use in order to make it bigger or smaller. So always reference that, okay? So now in terms of the extension arms right here, we're going to continue the pattern pretty much. So now keep in mind, as I said, measurement is more important than stitch count. So if you end up with the last round to be white, for example, I would recommend starting with black over here, right? We want the continuation going here. So you just have to see whatever you're ending up with, you're starting, whatever's supposed to be the next color over here. If you are stopping, let's say on the first round of white, then this will be then white and then black, if that makes sense, right? And then you continue on with the same type, and you're just changing colors back and forth. You can cut your yarn in between, or what I'd like to do is just drop it, so you can kind of see that here, right? You just drop the color, pick it back up as you need it. You do the same over here, and then on the bottom part, that part is just black, right? Because the feeties, you know, they're all just black. So that's how this part works. Now I'm going to guide you through the outer ears and the inner ears. That's what I call it. So meaning this part is done in rounds, this part is done in rows, and then I'll show you how to do the beginning part of this snout, which is kind of an oval shape. Okay, I'm going to skip the eyes because the eyes are very similar to the ears. It is pretty much just 2 rounds of single crochet stitches, starting with a magic ring, 6 single crochet stitches in a magic ring, and then the next round is 2 single crochet stitches per stitch, and then you fasten off, and that's it. And then you just add your white little lines on there. That's it on the eyes. Okay, let's talk about the outer ear, the inner ear, and the beginning of the snout. Okay, because that's really what you need. Am I right? Okay, so I'm going to use gray, as I said, because it's going to be easier for you to see than white or black. I'm going to zoom it in a bit though. Okay, so hopefully everyone can see everything. I might have to make it a hint darker now that I'm away from the black. I need to make it a hint darker. Okay, so are there any questions so far? Let me know if there's any questions. Okay, so we're going to get started, and we're going to do the outer ear first. Okay, so we're going to do a magic ring, and we're going to pull our yarn through. You can do the alternative magic ring if you like, with a chain of 2 and then start everything in the first chain. That's fine. And here I'm going to make a chain of 1 on the magic ring, just because I want to make sure that the magic ring doesn't fall apart. It doesn't count as a stitch. It's just there to hold the magic ring. I'm going to put my ring finger in there, okay, because it holds the tension, and that way I can crochet around it. Okay, we're going to add 6 single crochets to the ring. So this would be 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember that chain of 1 does not count. Okay, then you're going to close this up, and we're going to do continuous rounds. So I like to use my yarn end here as my stitch marker, and we're going to go into the next round. So I'm looking over here because that's what my written pattern is. I don't have it all memorized. I wished I did, but I don't. So I have it here referenced next to me. And the good thing is, because the written information in the pattern, I actually printed it out for myself, right? I have the ebook printed. It's large font, so it's easy for me to go back and forth between the written pattern and the crochet. Okay, so the next round is going to be 1 single crochet stitch, then 2 single crochet stitches, then again 1 and 2 single crochet stitches. So as I said, I'm using worsted yarn, and I'm also using 4mm hook in case I didn't mention that. Okay, let's finish this round. 1 single crochet stitch, then 2 single crochet stitches. Now I'm going to move up my stitch marker, and we're going into the next round. The next round is just 1 single crochet per stitch. So there's no increase or decrease happening. So it's just 1 single crochet per stitch. Alrighty. So if you guys have any questions whatsoever, let me know. All right. I'm glad you guys are all here. Did you guys share? I hope you liked the video. Subscribed if you haven't done so. I appreciate you all being here on this beautiful, hopefully, Sunday for you. Is it a beautiful Sunday for you? I sure hope it is. Okay, we're going into round 4. We're going to do 1 single crochet in 2 stitches. And then, so 1, 1, and then 2 single crochet stitches in the following stitch. Let's repeat that. 1, 1, and then 2. And then one more time, I believe. Yes, one more time. Okay, so 1, 1, and 2 single crochet stitches, like so. All right, now we're going to move up our stitch marker. And we're going into the following round. So now it's going to be 1 single crochet in 3 stitches. So 1 per stitch, 1, 1, 1, and then 2 single crochet stitches after that. Then again, 1 single crochet stitch in 3 stitches, and then 2 single crochet stitches in the following. Let's repeat. So 1, 1, and 1, and then 2. All right, now move up my stitch marker. Hang on, I split my yarn by accident. There we go. Okay, we're going in the following round, and that is going to be 1 single crochet stitch in 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 1, 1, 1, and 1, and then 2 single crochet stitches after that. Can you guys see everything, or do I need to make it brighter? I'm just going to make it a hint brighter. Maybe that will be better. There we go. Okay, we're going to do this 2 more times here. So 1 single crochet in 4 stitches. So this is my 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and then 2 single crochet stitches in the next stitch. Then again, 1 single crochet in 4 stitches, and 2 single crochet stitches in the next stitch. Ta-da! Okay, so now you're going to do round 7 through 10. It's going to be 1 single crochet per stitch. I'm going to skip that part because that's just 1 single crochet per stitch, and I'm going to show you the next round because that's more important than what, 5 rounds of single crochet stitches. Okay, so pretend I just did rounds 7 through 10, which is just 1 single crochet per stitch. And I'm going to do now round 11. Okay, round 11 is going to be 1 single crochet in 2 stitches. So 1, 2, and then an invisible single crochet decrease. So let me show you how that works. Okay, so the invisible single crochet decrease goes from 1 front loop to the next. So you go through 2 front loops, like so, then you yarn over and pull through, and then you have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through. So that is your invisible single crochet decrease. So what you're doing is you're decreasing over those 2 front loops and then just placing 1 single crochet on top, therefore making it invisible because it's hard to see from far away that there was a decrease, right? It also reduces that, you know, gap that usually appears when you do regular decreases. And then you're going to repeat that. 1 single crochet in 2 stitches, and then the invisible single crochet decrease. Go through 2 front loops, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Okay, and then you just do this all the way around. I'm going to do this here one more time. So 1 single crochet in 2 stitches, and then the invisible single crochet decrease, and then you do this until the end, and then you have 3 more rounds. So round 12 through 14 is going to be 1 single crochet per stitch. When you're done, it's going to look like this, obviously in white, because that's what you're actually using. I use gray because white is hard to crochet on camera. It's hard to see. It's just like black is, right? Especially with a white mat. Okay, so this is how it looks like in the end. Obviously, you're going to make 2 of those. So this is the outer ear. I call it the outer ear so you know which one is which, right? I could have just said the white ear, but you can change colors if you like, right? So this is the outer ear, and now we need to crochet the inner part. Okay, so this one is done in rows. Yes, I could have done color changes and I could have done it at the same time as I did the rounds, but usually the edging is not as pretty, and it also makes it a hint harder, and I was trying to make it as easy as possible, which is why we're having 2 separate pieces, and then you just, you know, sew that part on. So let me show you how to do this part right here, which is here in black, and I'm going to show you how to do this in gray. Okay, are there any questions so far? You guys let me know. I need to grab my scissors. so I can snippity snip that off. And now let's do the inner ear part. Let me know if there's any questions whatsoever. Just remember to stay till the end if you want to win some prizes. Okay, the inner ear, again, we're using black technically. I'm using here white because, you know, black's hard to see. So we're going to start with a slip knot and, of course, a chain of 7. So 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so 7 chains. Then we're going to start in a second chain from the hook, and we're going to crochet 1 single crochet per stitch. Let me check if that's true. Yes, 1 single crochet per stitch until the end. So that means by the end of this row, you have 6 stitches because you started with 7, you skipped the first, so you have 6 stitches by the end of this row. So here we go. And then you're going to turn, and we're going to continue on, and we're going to have 2 more rows of just single crochet stitches. So 1 single crochet per stitch for rows 2 and 3. So Tammy on Facebook is asking, are the prices on Facebook or YouTube? Both. It is all about the comments. Facebook, on the Facebook page, not the group, because I can't see the comments from the group. So if you're on the page, which seems to be the case, Tammy, then you're good. You have a chance to win. Stay till the end and just answer the questions that I have at the end, okay? So what I'm doing right here is 1 single crochet per stitch. So this is rows 1 through 3. There's nothing happening besides single crochet stitches. So this is how it looks like so far. Okay. So now we're going to turn, and in row 4, we're going to start doing a little bit of an increase first, and later on we have to do decreases. Okay. So we're going to start with 2 single crochet stitches at the very beginning right here. So what you're trying to do right now is shaping it, right? Because we don't want just straight up, otherwise it's going to look like a triangle. So we have 2 single crochet stitches in the beginning, and then we're going to do 1 single crochet per stitch until we have 1 stitch left. So that would be right here, 1 stitch left, and in that we're going to crochet 2 single crochet stitches again. So do you see that shaping happening now? Okay, so now we're going to go to round 5 through 7. I'm just going to do it one time, okay? So instead of 5 through 7, I'm going to do 1 row only, which is 1 single crochet per stitch, okay? So rows 5 through 7 are 1 single crochet per stitch. So let's pretend I just did that until 7, even though I just did 1, okay? So now you're going to turn, and then in row 8 through 11, you're going to do some decreases. So I'm going to show you how to get started on that, and then the rest of it is very straightforward. So we're going to start with a decrease, and here I would recommend doing, for any time you do rows, don't do the invisible way because you can see it on the back because you're turning every single time for rows. So for rows, I do the regular decrease. So here we go. Regular single crochet decrease means I'm going into 2 stitches, I'm pulling up my loops, and then yarn over, pull through. That's my decrease here, okay? Then we're going to do 1 single crochet per stitch until the end of the row, and then you're going to turn, okay? And then you're going to repeat this. So this is row 8. So you're going to repeat this pretty much until the end, okay? So what you're going to do is now we're going to do 1 more row together. How about this? 1 more row together. This will be row 9. So you're going to do decreases. That means only in the beginning of the row. That means you're pulling up 2 loops, so 1 from each stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then for the rest of the row, we're going to do 1 single crochet per stitch, okay? Like so. So, and then you're going to continue doing that. And there's going to be a point where you only can do decreases. And that's what you're going to do at the end. You're just going to do decreases. Okay. So that's how this works. And this part, when you're done with it, obviously is going to look like this, because you're going to continue on until you have only a few stitches left. And that's where you're doing the decreases. Okay. Let's see. Did you skip the last single crochet? No, I did not. I didn't skip any single crochets. So right here, the reason why it looks like I skipped it is because there was a decrease in the previous row. I didn't skip it though. Okay, you should, if you count your stitches, you will see that every single time that you're doing a decrease, you're losing 1 stitch per row. So if you count your stitches, you're going to notice it. Okay, so no, here was a decrease, which is why it looks like an angle right there. And no, I didn't skip anything. I just went on to the very last one, but because there was a decrease in the previous row, it does look like I skipped it, but I didn't. So if you count your stitches, you will see that. Okay, so let's see. Melissa says, my grandson wants the fox. I sure hope you will make the fox. Okay, so we just talked about how to do the outer ear and the inner ear. Are there any questions about that? So pretty much after what I just showed you, you're just going to continue decreasing at the beginning of the row until all you have to do is decreases. And then you have the tippy tip, the tip at the end, whatever. And then you're just going to sew that on top, and then you're good to go. Now, how do you sew this on? So before we get to the snout part, like the beginning of the snout, I want to talk about the sewing part here for a second, okay? Because that is usually where some of you guys have some trouble with, okay? And I totally understand that. So if you go into the assembly part of the written pattern, you will see that I mentioned where to put this on, okay? So if you count your rounds, you will see this is here round 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can see that is in round 5. So what I did is I laid it flat, okay? And then I kind of pointed at each stitch on the side. Now I do want to point out I have the extension arms attached first. Okay, let me move this to the side. So this is attached first, so that way I know it's even. Let me zoom out a little bit because this might be hard to see otherwise. Okay, so these guys are attached first, then you do the ears. Okay, so attach these first, then the ears. So that way you need to make sure everything is flat. And so pretty much everything is like flat like this. So you flatten it out and then you point exactly to the round 5 on the edges. So when you flatten it out, where's the edge, right? That is where you then go through and push your air pump through. It's going to go through 2 stitches, okay? Like literally go through the like in a space between the double crochet stitches. There's a reason we're using double crochet stitches for the beanie. You just push it right through, and you can kind of see that here. I'm pulling this out here for a second so you can see it, right? So you just literally push it right through and you stop where that bend is happening, okay? So you push that right through and then it's hanging out, right? Now you're gonna pop that ear over and you're gonna sew the ear on in a circle, okay? And make sure you're not super duper tight, because the idea is that you can take this guy out at any time, including, you know, on the extension part of it, the leg here, so that way you can wash your stuff, right? The idea is not to have this permanently attached. You want to be able to take it out. The other thing is, what if it pops? You know, it can happen. What if you accidentally touch it with a needle? Then there's a hole in there, and obviously then the air pump won't work anymore. It needs air inside, right? And if you puncture it, it's not going to work anymore. So if you need to replace it, you want to be able to take this out at any time, okay? So, but the idea is that you are sewing this on in a circle around the area where the air pump comes out, right? And you do this obviously on both sides, and I'm going to lay it flat here. So make sure you're not bending this in order to pump it. So if I do it like this is not going to work. This is just like how your water hose works. If you bend it, there's no water coming through. So you have to make this straight, and then the pump will work. Do you see that? It has to be straight. The air has to flow through. If you bend it, then nothing will happen. Okay, straight, and it will happen. Make sense? Okay, so let's talk about the beginning rounds here of the snout. Okay, so I need to turn my work here so I can see the snout. Are there any questions so far? This should be good to go, right? So let's talk about the snout part here. Let me move this to the side and grab my yarn. And then we're going to talk about the snout. So let me zoom in just a hint so we can do the snout part. Okay, so there are a few different ways on how you can get started on the snout. Okay, I'm going to show you one way, but I'm going to rip that back out because I prefer a different way. The way I wrote it down in the pattern is the easy way, but it may create some gaps. Okay, and I'm going to show it to you so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so Roxanne says this is really great. It's a good selling point. Washable and removable parts. Yes, that was important to me because how else are you going to wash your hats, right? I mean, that's important. You want to be able to take it out. Definitely very important. Thank you, Roxanne, for pointing that out. Yes, that's very important. Okay, so the snout, obviously in white. I am using gray here. You would start with a chain of 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And remember, I'm showing you the easy way first. The other way I'm showing you looks cleaner, but it may not be considered the easy way. Okay, so I'm showing you the easy way, but it may include some gaps. And I don't like the gaps, but I'm still going to show it to you. Okay, so I'm showing you 2 different ways on how to get started on this. Okay, so from here, you would go, and it says in the first stitch, you're going to add 3 single crochet stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. So this is where I'm talking about the gaps. You see that huge hole? That hole's not going away. Okay, this is going to stay unless you sew it through. So I'm going to still show you how to do this. And if you don't mind that hole, then good. Okay, so now we're going to do 1 single crochet per chain until we have 1 left. So remember, we're creating an oval here. Okay, so here's 1 chain left. In that 1 chain, we're going to do 3 single crochet stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. Now, naturally, we are turning our work, and that's actually what I want you to do. We're working in 360 here. So you're going around the chain. So what you're actually doing is we're going from here to here, which is kind of an 180-degree turn, right? So what you're now going to do is you're going to work on the opposite side of your chain. Now make sure though that where you just went into, you're not going back into it, right? You just went into the last chain. You made 3 single crochet stitches into it. You're not going in that one again. You're going into the one next to it, right? And if you went into the back bump, then you definitely know where to go into, right? It's just the way I did it. So, and then you're just going to do 1 single crochet here per chain, and then from then on you're going to go in continuous rounds, and you can do a slip stitch if you want. Actually, I wrote down slip stitch because that way it's cleaner. So here you would do a slip stitch. I would do the invisible slip stitch, so I would go through the first stitch, not the chain. Okay, this will be the chain right here. Don't go through the chain, go through the first stitch, and you're going to pull this back. It's the invisible slip stitch, and then from there you would go and continue. Now you do see that there are some gaps. Do you see those? Let me see if I can hold it a little bit better. Can you see those gaps? I don't like those gaps very much, and I'm actually going to cut this, and I'm going to show you the other way now, and that way we can also compare it, right? So this one is one way. It's the easy way, but it does have some gaps, and considering that the snout has polyfill inside, you probably don't want those gaps, okay? So let me show you what to do if you don't want the gaps. Okay, so here's what I do. What I'm going to do is an I-cord, an easy fast I-cord. You're going to need a little bit of a yarn end here. So you're going to make a slip knot as you normally would, but instead of making 6 stitches and skipping 1, you're going to do 5 stitches, and you're pretty much making the amount that you're actually going to need, okay, which is 5 stitches. So you have a little bit of a yarn end, as you can see right here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap the yarn end around my hook and then yarn over, pull through. So what you're actually kind of doing is a chain with slip stitches on top. That's really what it looks like, okay? And that's kind of what we're doing here. You could do that too in the beginning, and you make a chain and you make slip stitches and then crochet around it, but this goes faster than that, okay? So you wrap it around front to back and then yarn over, pull through, and the yarn over coming from the running yarn, okay? So you're wrapping with the yarn end and you use the running yarn to pull through. So here I have 3 stitches so far. Let's do 4 and 5. So now I have my 5 stitches, okay? So what I'm going to do now is actually crochet around it, okay? So you have here stitches, and if you turn it slightly, you have stitches on the bottom as well, okay? You can also split this up into front loop and back loop if you prefer. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm literally going to go into my stitches. I'm not making a chain of 1 or anything. I'm going into the very first stitch, and I'm going to crochet 3 single crochet stitches. So here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so like so. You see already that the gap is very tiny, right? Because there's stitches underneath. Okay, so now we're going to do 1 single crochet per stitch until we have 1 left. So this round is pretty much the same, just the starting point is slightly different. Okay, so you have this I-cord extension, which allows it to be a little bit tighter here in the beginning. Now in the very last stitch, just like before, you're going to do 3 single crochet stitches in that stitch, and then you're going to turn, and now you're going to crochet here on the bottom. So there should be 3 stitches here on the bottom. So it would be 1, 2, and 3. So, and I'm going to make my invisible slip stitch just like the other one. So again, you need to make sure you're going in the right stitch. So you have your 1, 2, 3 stitches. So in this one right here, okay? Oh, I need to go from the back to the front. Sorry about that. Back to the front, and then pull that loop back like so. So that's my invisible slip stitch. It's more like a relocation of the loop, but it counts as a slip stitch, okay? So now this is how this looks like. So let's compare these two, okay? So you can see here that this has quite a bit of holes. I don't know if you can see this on camera here very well. Do you see the holes? Like I can stretch this a little bit so you can see the holes a bit better. Here I can stretch and nothing is happening. You see that? So it definitely is a little bit better to use a foundation first, which I like to use the I-cord for it. Let me zoom in just a bit so you can see really the difference, okay? So you see this one has gaps in between. Do you see those gaps? And I can literally pull this and you can see it. And that's because there's a chain underneath and it's stretchy, right? So you can see those gaps right there. Now over here, I can stretch. Like, I don't know if you can see me stretching. I'm trying to stretch and it's barely there. It's like there's barely a gap, okay? So this is very helpful. This is also a hint bigger, so you probably can tell because of that. So I personally don't like this way. I like this way. But the pattern is written the easy way. This is considered the easy way. This is a little bit more like advanced, not advanced, but intermediate. So I'm teaching here both ways, so you have a choice. Okay, so just make sure that when you're going the easy way, that starts with a chain of 6 and then starts from the second chain from the hook. Here you're making a foundation chain of 5 stitches and then going into it. Okay, so let me zoom back out so you can see everything. So let's see. Vicky says, I love that starting point. Can you use it for other projects? Of course. I personally love it anytime I have to go in rounds around a chain. So anytime it says go around a chain, you know, like in rounds instead of rows, that's usually when I use this technique. So you're going to see this very often for rectangles or ovals that are made from the center out. Okay, then you're going to see that. So I like to use that. Okay, Jenny just got it. Let's go, Jenny. I don't have the confetti on this side, so when I swoop back around, Jenny, I'm going to try to remember to celebrate you then. Okay, yay, Jenny, I'm so happy for you. Okay, so let's keep going. So I'm just going to show you a few more rounds on this one so you know how to keep going on this part. Okay, so remember this is going to turn into an oval before it turns into the snout. So you're going to have an oval. Let's define an oval for a second. An oval is 2 circles, excuse me, 1 circle split in half. So you have a half circle and a half circle, and then you have a rectangle in a center. So half circle, rectangular in the center, which means that what you're doing here is you're using a half circle information. You know, the increasing part of it is on that side and on this side. And then here in the center, nothing is happening. It's just going to stay rectangular. Okay, so the stitches here in the center are not changing. No increase or decreases. Only the outside part changes. So if you want to add some stitch markers to your work, feel free to do that, okay? Or just follow the pattern the way it's written. So in the next round, I'm just going to show you a couple more rounds here. It would be 2 single crochet stitches per stitch in the first 3 stitches, because we had 3 stitches in that oval shape here in the beginning. So in each of them is going to be an increase. So 2 single crochet stitches per stitch for those 3 stitches only, okay? So there we go. So that's our half circle increasing part of it. Now we go into that rectangular center part of the oval, and that's just going to be your 3 single crochet stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. Now we're on the other side again, the other half of the circle, which is a half circle, right? So we're doing the exact same thing again what we did over here. We're doing it over there. Okay, so that means 2 single crochet stitches per stitch for those 3 stitches. And then you should have 3 stitches left, because you have that here 3 stitches. There should be 3 stitches over there. So again, that's that rectangular part in the center of an oval. Okay, and then we're going to do our invisible slip stitch. So go through the first stitch right here and pull that through. And you probably noticed I don't do any chains of ones, because otherwise it creates extra gap, and sometimes people mix it up and think that's a stitch. So look how the oval shape looks so pretty with this. It looks really pretty. So let's do one more round together so you see how this is expanding, and the rest of it should be very straightforward. Okay, so we're going to do 1 single crochet in the first stitch. Then you have 2 single crochet stitches in the next. You're going to do this 3 times for that half circle in total. So this was 1. So this will be the second. So 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochet stitches. Then 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochet stitches. So you're done with that half circle here. Okay, now we're going to do our 3 stitches here in the center for the rectangular part. 1, 2, and 3. And now again we have our half circle part. You're repeating what you just did one more time. Do you see that? So what you just did, you have to repeat one more time till the end. So that means 1 single crochet, then 2 single crochet stitches. Again, 1, then 2 single crochet stitches, 1, and then 2 single crochet stitches. And then we have 3 stitches left. So 1, 2, and 3. Then again, we're going to do the invisible slip stitch. So you go through right here, go through the first stitch, pull your loop back, and from there you're going to continue on to the next round, like so. All right, so the next round would be then 1 single crochet and 2 stitches, and then an increase. You do that 3 times, then 1 single crochet and 3 stitches. Repeat the entire thing again. And then you do one more round of increases, which would be 1 single crochet and 3 stitches, an increase. Do that 2 more times, then 1 single crochet and 3 stitches, and then the entire thing 1 more time. And then you have rounds 6 through 8 are just 1 single crochet per stitch. Are there any questions about that? Are there any questions? So that's how to do the oval turned into a snout. So let me show you how that looks in reality. Right here, this is how the snout looks like in the end. So you have the oval shape, and then you go down. After you do all the increases, you go down, and you just have your single crochet stitches, you know, over here, which is round 6 through 8. Fasten off. You're going to sew it on, add some polyfill on the inside, right? You don't want it to be falling apart. That's kind of weird. You need some, you know, volume in there. So I put some polyfill inside. Then I added the nostrils right here with black, and then I wove it down here, and I went out, in, and then I went here in the center and grabbed it so that way it holds tight on it. So I went around it, around the loop that I created, the long one, and went back in, fastened it off, and all good. Tammy says, simple enough. I agree, right? It's super easy. And then when you're done, you obviously have your zebra. So let me zoom it out a little bit. And then you have your zebra, right? So this is how it looks like. Woo! So there you go. And then you have your moving, or should I say wiggly ears, zebra hat. Isn't it adorable? I love it. So this is how the back looks like. So if you do your color changes appropriately, right, the way I usually do, which is, you know, dropping, picking it back up, etc., then you're going to have a nice smooth transition from one color to the next. And then you're done with your zebra. See how easy that is? All right, so now you know the entire thing. The written information is only going to be available in the ebook though. So let's swoop around so you can see this side again, and you can see it in action over here, how the zebra looks like. But I also want to show you all the other hats that are available in the ebook. So let me know which one you're going to crochet, because it looks like that some of you guys said they're going to work on the fox, which I'm excited about. That one is a good one. I just popped the link back into the comments, so in case you want to grab the ebook, go ahead and go for it, because it's very popular. You probably want to grab it before the sale ends, right? So let's go through some of the other hats together. So let me remove this so I can show you all the other hats, okay? So we have this hat right here, which you probably have seen a few times now. This one is our witch hat, which has hair as yarn, of course. Mine has orange hair. I have seen some of you guys do purple hair. It has like a skirt around it, so obviously you can do this in a different color too. Mine is black. I've seen some of you guys do purple on that as well. You can totally make the face green if you like. I've seen some witch hats that are green faces. So I use cream, you know, just to have it more like me. But you can also use brown if you like, right? So that would be obviously for the arms as well. And look how the witch is waving around. Yee, I'm so excited. Roxanne says, I got books 2 and 3. Yay! I'm so excited. Roxanne won book 3 yesterday, so I'm really excited for you. Okay, so let's go to the next one. This one, I don't know why it moved a little bit. Anyways, this one is the zebra hat, so this one would be hat 2 that I'm showing you. Let's go to this one. This one is also a very popular one. It's the turkey. And I know that not all the feathers are moving. You can attach like a clear wire through it. So think like a fishing pole wire that you can kind of, you know, push through, and that way all of it would move, okay? I didn't want to do it that way, but again, you can do it that way. For me personally, even though it might be wireless, meaning you can, well, it would be with wire, but it would be hard to see because it would be clear, but it can still be visible, and I prefer not, you know, getting tangled up. But you can totally connect them all if you want all of it to move, okay? So for me, this is how it is. It's just the bottom moving, right? It's just kind of like a wave. It's adorable. It's cute. I love the turkey. All right, let's go to the next one. This one is a very popular one. Oh, the sheep. This one is the only one that uses for the white part. It's not worsted yarn because we were trying to make it really, really fluffy. So the pattern is slightly different on this one because it also has bobbles all the way around at the top. Okay, so, and the extension parts of it, instead of using double crochet stitches, is mostly half double crochet stitches, because obviously when you use a number 6 yarn, you got to shrink it down a little bit. Okay, so this one uses some bobble stitches all the way around. So think of like exchanging a double crochet stitch for a bobble stitch. And then, but the front part of it is gray, and that uses worsted yarn, right? But it's so cute. I absolutely love this sheep. It is adorable. It's really cuddly too. And I've gotten so many messages and emails lately about wanting a sheep. So especially sheep hat. So here's your sheep hat. It's actually, I've been getting messages since last year when I published volume 2 of this ebook. They're all like, where's the sheep? I'm like, I didn't have enough room to put another sheep in there. So here it is. Now you have your sheep. Yay. All right, let's go to the next one. This one is the scarecrow, and Tracy says she loves it. Yay. I'm so excited. It's a cute little hat there on the top. I was going back and forth whether I should use an actual hat. You know, I like bought like a little tiny hat, like a doll hat, if I should put it on. But I was like, I'm going to stick with my crochet one. It's adorable. It's cute. So everything is crocheted pretty much. This one is inspired by a scarecrow that I had made originally for the Crochet Club as a doll. So this is inspired by that, and it uses pretty much the same colors. So think of like the t-shirt is orange, the pants is blue with some red patches on it. You can see it has like shoes that are brown, and it has some straws, right? Straw on the bottom part of your pants, right? You know how it usually hangs out, right? And then the same is true for the arms, and of course the hair has to have some straw too. It's adorable. Roxanne says the sheep looks like a lamb. I love it. Go for it. If you want to call the lamb, it's a lamb. I don't care. For me, it's a sheep, but you can call the lamb. I'm totally fine with that. Okay, so let's go to this one, which is for me one of my favorites. It's adorable. It's cute. It's a robot. Now, my robot doesn't have a nose because it's a robot. A robot doesn't need a nose. It doesn't breathe. It has a machine, right? And it's working. And technically, the arms are like, levers. That are moving up and down and turning the robot on. It's adorable. It's cute. I love it. Obviously, you can see I used mostly gray and red with a hint of white and black to make the entire thing come together. It is so cute. It's adorable. I absolutely love it. Let's go to the next one. This one is a one-eyed monster. So this one may get inspiration from, or you could say it got inspiration from a movie. Personally, I didn't actually go with that. It happens to turn into that, meaning it kind of looks like it because of the colors I picked. But it wasn't inspired by the movie. Let's be clear on that. I just literally wanted a green hat with a big eye on the top, some ears. So it's cute and adorable, and I love it. I love it so much. Okay, so let's go to the next one, which is also a fan favorite. It is the ladybug. I mentioned yesterday that I wanted to originally have the wings move, but it was too heavy. Right? The thought of moving an entire part of your beanie would have been crazy. I have done big movements before for the elephant in volume 2. I'll show you a picture of that later. That one is moving quite a bit, but it's more free that way, right? So here I was like, I needed to go back in some kind of way. So I was like, oh, you know what? The antennas will move. It makes it unique too, and it's adorable. It's kind of like it's moving around. I love it so much. Brenda says, I need a Grinch hat. I can't do that, girl. I can't. You can do it yourself if you like. You are not allowed to profit off of the word Grinch. It's a trademark, okay? I cannot touch it. Nobody should be touching it. If you want to do it for your own personal use, go for it. If you see any patterns out there, they are infringing on the trademark of the Grinch, okay? It's trademark. Don't touch that. Anyways, I'm not touching that. I'm not touching trademarks. Not happening. But feel free to do it for your own personal use. As long as you don't sell it or make money off of it, you can do it for your own personal use. Anyways, so this is a cute little ladybug. I love it. It is so cute and adorable. Okay, so let's hop to the next one. This one is another fan favorite. Okay, the horse. The horsey is so cute. It kind of looks really like a horse. It turned into a horse. I just love how realistic it looks like because it's so extended. It actually looks like a horse, and I'm so excited. I just love how it turned out with the little hair, right? It just, in that extension part in the front, it really makes it look like a horse. I'm just so happy. I'm so excited. Brenda and Stephanie both say that's super careful. Yes, be careful. And yes, I'm sorry you have to say it's darn. I know, I get it. But trademark, that's we have laws for that, okay? I'm not touching it. Anyways, okay, and then we have a shark, which is adorable. This one is inspired by my dolphin, which I'll show you later. So I kind of used similar parts of it to make it turn into a shark, and it has some teeth there in the front, I mean, you could technically add the bottom part of it too. I was going back and forth if I wanted to, but it would have looked like too big in my opinion. So I would have had to make the teeth way bigger, and you can add an extension on the bottom if you really want that that part of it, but I felt like it was cute enough, right? I mean, you can make the eyes a little bit bigger if you wanted to, but I just love it. It's so cute. And this would be perfect for Shark Week. I mean, personally, I think these are great for any time, right? Especially Halloween, right? And Halloween is just around the corner. So, and then we have this guy, and you guys already said this is one of your favorites. This is the fox. Oh, I love the fox. I was going back and forth how to design the fox. I actually had originally a different design idea, and then I went with the front, making it different. I looked at actual fox images, and it's like the fox has, you know, it looks like they have eyebrows. It's technically not eyebrows. It's the color changing part of it around the eyes, but I just used the orange, so I didn't want to add another color into it. It would have looked too obvious, right? So I was trying to make it a little bit more 3D like, so it has the extension of the nose right there, and then, you know, eyebrows. Technically it's not, it's more like the shape of the eye, if that makes sense. Okay, I love it. It's so cute. It's adorable. Stephanie says yes, the bottom jaw for the face mask. Yeah, totally go for it if you want to do that. For the shark, go for it. But I love the fox. It looks so cute and adorable. It has those little tips of black there on the top. It's cute and adorable. Okay, then we have our ducky. Look at that little snout there. They're right, ducky. This one, obviously, it's super cute. This one was inspired by the chick that I already have, and I just changed it up because someone was asking, can you just make a duck? And it's like, yes, I can make a duck. So here we go. We have a duck with the wings, right? And the cute little hair. So think of it like a baby duck. It's so cute. I love it so much. Tama says, yes, the fox. And Roxanne says, the fox, it looks great. I love the snout. I know. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It looks so cute. But this one, as you can probably see, the snout is kind of hanging to the front. I kind of wanted it more like 3D like. Where you can, you know, open it all the way up, so you can push it all the way down. If you wanted to, you can sew the bottom part on if you want, but I kind of wanted it to kind of poke out just like a duck is, right? So, and then we have this guy, also one of my favorites because it looks so cute. You can call this a dino, you can call it a dragon, you go with whatever you want. My inspiration was a T-Rex, because I wanted the little tiny arms to move. So I don't think a dragon has arms up there as far as I know. So inspired by the T-Rex with his tiny arms. You know what I mean? I never will understand why a T-Rex has tiny arms. I will never get it. But whatever the evolution wanted to do with that. Scary big dinosaur with teeny tiny arms. Whatever. Adorable, cute. But of course you can also call it a dragon if you like. I just love it so much. Vicky says, did I miss the part on the zebra how to do the air pumps high on the head? Yes, girl, you actually missed it, but I did talk about it. So Vicky, later on, would you do me a favor, or do yourself the favor and go back and watch the replay? I talked about how to sew it on very specifically, so you know how to attach it, which round, etc. So Vicky, yes, I did talk about that, so make sure you watch that replay. Jana says the fox is her favorite. Yay! Roxanne says it looks like the duck bill. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Stephanie says, you're so stinking talented. Thank you so much. Quack, quack, quack. Stephanie says, like teeny tiny, wait, what did you say? Stephanie says, like tiny, diny? I'm like a little confused right now. Like a dino, I guess. It's cute. I love this guy so much. I love him. Okay, so then we have the bee, another fan favorite. The bee has a stinger on the back because my son has to have a stinger. He says if it's a bee, it has to have a stinger. He's upset that a lot of amigurumis don't have stingers on the bees. Have you noticed that? So I started adding stingers. This one was kind of inspired by my tissue box cover box that I published last month. It was a rectangular bead tissue box cover and has a stinger on the back too. And of course the wings. Obviously the wings on the tissue box was the actual tissues, but here they are moving. It's so cute and adorable. I love it. Let's see. Tammy says, change the shapes of the arms to wings to make it a dragon. Yes, Tammy, fantastic idea. I love that idea. All right, let's see. I think I answered everything. Vicky says, thank you. I have trouble connecting at the beginning. No worries, Vicky. You can always watch the replay. All good. All right, let's hop to the last one, which is another one of my favorites. It's an alien. And the reason I did that is because my husband loves history and he loves alien stuff. So, ta-da! You got an alien. And guess what? The yarn I used is a glow-in-the-dark yarn. So I personally think this one is the one for Halloween. Okay, you put like a flashlight on there and you glow that thing up and then you walk outside. And then in between when it loses, its powers, use your phone and then, put the light on and then do all the way around at nighttime and then you glow up like a little flashlight. Okay, I love the alien. It's so cute. It has its little antenna. It has its ears moving and his gigantic eyes with a cute little nostrils down the front with the mouth, similar to how we did it for the zebra, right? Same idea as the zebra, just on the alien. I love it. It turned out great, don't you think? I think it's so cute. All right, let me show them all together so you can see all of them. Where did it go? My video. Where did it go? My video disappeared. Oh no. Hang on, I have to grab it back. I'm gonna grab it back. I think I know why it disappeared on me. I'm gonna grab it back. Don't worry, I will grab it. I had changed the name yesterday by accident, and now it disappeared on me. I'm gonna grab it back. Where did it go? Where did it go? Let's see. I think it's this one. Let's see. Can we get it back? There it is. I got it back. Here we go. Here are all the moving hats in one. My apologies. This is what happens when you change the name of a file. It makes it disappear. And of course, I need to turn the loop on so you can see it moving again. Ta-da! Technical issues. Stephanie says, yes, like a headlamp. Totally. I totally agree. Look at all these hats together. I love them so much. So this is volume 3, which is 15 moving hats. I say moving hats because some of them are moving arms, some of them are moving ears, some of them are moving wings, whatever you like, right? And all of these are either aliens, creatures or animals, right? So it's kind of, I just called creatures because that way it summarizes all of them. I just think they turned out so great. Love them so much. I mean, they're so excited, right? Like, they're so exciting. Okay, so let me show you the features on what is so cool about this ebook, okay? So this ebook right here, and yes, it's an ebook that you can print out. Like, you see, I printed mine out. Let me show you. So you can print the entire thing out for yourself, right? So it has 57 pages. You can print it out yourself if you like. It is a digital file. The good thing is about having it as a digital file is because 1, you can print it. 2, it has clickable buttons, as you can see right here. So making it very user-friendly, very like a learning program, right? You can jump around. It feels like a program, like an app. It literally feels like an app, right? So you have these buttons. Obviously, the table of content is clickable, so you can tap and jump. You have the video tutorials that are clickable. So you just tap and jump to the video tutorial. So no searching, no wasting time, okay? And then the material list is also clickable. So many of you guys always say, I don't know where to find the air pumps. Guys, just tap the link where it says air pumps and I literally will take you over to the place where you can purchase them. I put like I put one page together on Amazon that has a bunch of different brands all selling the same thing. Okay, so all you got to do is, grab the collection that you like or that it's maybe the most affordable for you. They're all the same, okay? And that way you can, either make just a few of them, a lot of them, whatever. And you have them all, right? In fact, when you are going to the download section of this ebook, once you purchase it, I even added other links to it for those countries where I have links to. So it would be like Canada, I believe UK, Germany. I think those links I added too. I don't have Amazon links for everything, but you can easily find them by just the name, okay? So anyways, so we have clickable buttons and also the main menu button is clickable. So you tap and jump, okay? It's really, really cool. Stephanie says hers is the aliens her favorite. Yay! I'm so excited. Roxanne says, I just want to say, let's see. Roxanne, I'm going to show you off here. Roxanne says, I just want to say that the ebook works exactly like you said. Can you really go to the contents, find the page you want? Yes, you can. I'm so excited. Fantastic. Not having to scroll through everyone. Yes, you don't have to go through like a little squirrel, you know, like, because that's annoying having to scroll through everything, right? Here you just tap and jump, right? It's so much easier. It's like instant. It's really cool. So that way you can really enjoy the process. Plus it's large font. Let me show you what I mean. Okay. I have here my iPad. Let's see if it pops up. Sometimes it pop up. There we go. So this is my iPad here. Let me show you. So I can literally, you know, move it around, as you can see right here. So this is my iPad, okay? So you can see the digital file right here. Everything right here is clickable. I literally put it up there so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Tap and jump. So for example, I'm just going to jump to the zebra that we just did. So jump to the zebra. Ta-da! See? And this is letter size, so you can see how big everything is, right? And everything that's blue right there, there's going to be a new link added down here. By Wednesday, all the links will be added in there, right? Because I have a few more live tutorials I'm doing in the next few days, so they're going to be added into it. So there, down there is going to be a new link added, right? And then everything that's blue is clickable, and then up here's the main menu button. So if you want, you tap it, you jump right back to the table of content. Look how easy it is. Super duper easy and fun, right? So if this is something for you, you want all of these moving hats, all of these will make great gifts. These will make great things to sell at craft fairs. Stand out. You want to stand out in a crowd? Then you probably want to have some moving hats. I'm just saying, I have heard many people talk about this, that the craft fair booths seem to be looking the same every year. And then sometimes you have booths next to each other. They look identical because everyone used the same patterns. I can promise you that not everyone has these. You want to stand out? Wear one of these hats, okay? That would be your own, obviously, right? And as a demo, and walk around and sell it by having your hats move at your craft fair booth, okay? Wouldn't that be cool? I'm just saying. And then you can obviously make your videos if you sell online, right? The physical makes. You're not allowed to sell a pattern, but you're allowed to sell the physical makes, right? That you make from the pattern. Then you can make a video of that and showing how it works. And that will make you probably have more sales than someone that just says, I have a dino hat and nothing else is happening, right? I mean, just saying. Love your dress. My dress? I don't have a dress on. But thank you. Let's see. Sarah says, my binders for ebooks are getting larger. That's a good thing. So you always have some possibilities to jump around. Which ones you want? Sherry got the books yesterday. Woohoo! This is a confetti for everyone. Yay! For everyone who got the ebook already. I'm so excited. Let's see. Okay, was there something else? Okay, I think I got all the comments so far. Okay, so are there any more questions about these hats? Because I think we are ready for surprises. Are you guys ready for surprises? Now, unfortunately, we didn't reach 100 viewers today during the live, but no worries. We have some more lives coming up in the next few days, okay? So this is today. So in the next couple of days, 3 days actually, we have more lives. So make sure you take a screenshot of this so you know when to show up for this, okay? So we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Those are the times, okay? These are in PT, so Pacific Standard Time. So make sure that you show up for that, okay? So Monday, which would be tomorrow, 12 p.m. Pacific Time, same as today. Just Monday, right? Different link though. Then we have Tuesday, 2 p.m. Pacific time, because at 12, I'm going live in my membership. Okay. And then we have Wednesday, again, 12 p.m. Pacific time. And that's the last day of the sale. Make sure you use that coupon code up there. Oh, I wanted to show you really quickly. I totally forgot. Let me show you real quick. This is volume 2. Okay, I was referencing that earlier all the time, so I wanted to point it out. This is a volume 2, that during the sale right here, you can get this one at sale too, okay, at the same time, but you have to get them at the same time, so that way you are saving more money, okay? So you can have all of these on top of the 15 that I just showed you. So this is volume 3, this is volume 2. Volume 1 is also available, not on sale right now, but unless you have a special coupon code for me, then you may get volume 1 also on sale. But anyways, so we have, like, for example, my membership people, they always have a coupon code, so they could get volume 1 on sale with the coupon code. But anyway, so these are the ones that are in volume 2. So I was referencing earlier the dolphin right there. I also was referencing the chick, and I think I mentioned the elephant in there too. Yeah, this one went viral last year, and currently the volume 3 that I just showed you is starting to go viral too. So I'm talking about this guy right here. It's starting to go viral too. So let's see. Tammy says, how much would you charge for one? I think you're talking about like selling it. I would personally say there's a couple things. I never have a price for you. I will never give you a price, okay? But I can give you a reference guide. So what most people do is, first of all, time yourself. How long do you take to crochet one of them? That's the first thing you want to know, okay? How long do you take? So the next thing is, how much did you use in materials? So I'm not saying charge the entire skein. If you use only half a skein, how much would that be? Retail price, not if you got it on sale, retail price. So everything that you used, materials times 3, then you want to add a little bit more for your time, right? You want to make a profit too, right? So add a little bit more. Technically, it is materials times 3. Usually, that is at least the bare minimum. Add a little bit more to it for your own time. I personally, what I do is usually I go around and look how much do other people sell their hats for. Now, I would probably be charging more than a regular hat. So I think it also, oh, by the way, it also is similar to real estate. Location, location, location. If you are selling it in an area where there's a lot of people with higher incomes, okay, you can probably charge a little bit more than for a small village that has low income, peeps, okay? So think about that too. Where are you selling? Online, you probably want to do an average. You want to kind of stand out in the crowd. You don't want to be the most expensive one. You also don't want to be the cheapest one, because cheap usually means low quality. So be in a good range, and keep in mind that this is moving, okay? You want to charge a hint more than a regular hat. So hopefully that kind of gives you at least a ballpark. I have seen hats sell between $20 and $40, but again, it depends on your area, what yarn did you use, etc., etc. I hope that that answers your question, okay? What is in volume 1? Oh, I should have a picture for that. I'm going to grab a picture for that tomorrow. Volume 1 has a Santa hat, an elf hat, it has a cat, a dog, it has a skeleton, it has, oh gosh, I don't remember all of it. There's 10 of them in volume 1. 10 of them. Volume 1 was only 10 of them. It was my very first one. Roxanne, check it out. It's on my website. It has them all there. But tomorrow I'll have a picture for that. I don't have a picture today. I forgot. That is on me. I will grab a picture for tomorrow so you can see that too. Okay, so now let's go to the prices, okay? Now that I talked about what I needed to talk about. Okay, so let me show you first what you have a chance to win, okay? So these are the prices you have a chance to win. You can get $10, $20, or $30 off Ravelry coupon code. Would only apply to my Ravelry store. 5 or 10 PDF patterns of your choice, again, for my Ravelry store. And then we also have $10, $15, or $20 off an ebook. I have 35 different ebooks, so many things to choose from. And you also have a chance to win an ebook completely for free of your choice. And there's also right here a free yarn box. Now that free yarn box will be only for those in the US, okay? If you land on it and you're outside of the US as a winner, you get an ebook instead, okay? Ebook of your choice. Susan, you're awesome. Susan went online and checked real quick. Susan says the volume 1, to answer Roxanne's question, is Santa, elf, snowman. Yes, I forgot the snowman. Owl, jack-o'-lantern, dog, cat, and skeleton. That was in volume 1. Some of you guys have been asking for that. And since, Halloween is coming up, you might want to think about the jack-o'-lantern and skeleton. I've seen some sales coming in the last few days from Etsy, people buying the skeleton hats. So I guess those are popular. So just something to think about. Okay, let me show you what's inside one of these yarn boxes. You probably want to know about that one. Where did my video go? I made a video this time. Ha ha! So then we don't have camera issues. All right, so here's a video. Thanks to my hubby who reminded me, I just should make a video. So you either get a drawstring bag, so it's one or the other. It's kind of like a mystery box, right? Or one of these pouches right there. So it's going to be one or the other, right? So I'm showing this here, one or the other, but both of them show the Crochet Club on there. This is technically only for those who join as a new annual The Crochet Club member at a special time of the year. It's not all year long, okay? I only send these out a special time of the year, usually when the Crochet Club is on sale. That's when you have a chance to get one of these, okay? And these boxes change every single time. So this is currently how it looks like. It has a hook in there. It has some pair of scissors. It has a pin. It has some stickers. Most of them say I'm a member of the Crochet Club, so you can win this even if you're not, right? But maybe encourages you to join us because we're having fun in the Crochet Club. It also comes with a keychain. It's a measuring tape, some stitch markers, as you can see. Let's see, did I mention something? Oh, there was a little paper there too, talking about the Crochet Club and something special on the back. This will be one or the other. It will be either a magnet, you can see right there, or a keychain, and then of course a tapestry needle. It also comes with some mystery yarn. Currently I have a bunch of this Hirschner's yarn left, so it might be something else as well. You never know. Okay, so that is what's inside one of these yarn boxes. All right, are you guys ready now? Oh, Susan said there's also a bunny and a penguin. You're right. I had a video being sent from a customer. She sent me a video making like 25 penguin hats, moving penguin hats, and she gifted it to I believe it was a kindergarten class. Don't quote me on it, but she gave it to a class. I think it was for her grandson's class, and she made a video of that and she posted it with all those moving hats. Every single one of the children had a penguin moving hat. I actually posted it, I believe, a year and a half ago on my Instagram. So if you want to go back and scroll all the way back, I posted it in December of 2023, potentially. I believe it was 2023. So about a year and a half ago or so, I posted that, and it has like the penguin hats. It's so cool, and all of them are moving. Oh, that one was popular for sure. Okay, so let's go to the question now. Woohoo! So we have 2 questions, therefore 2 winners. Okay, question number 1. I hope your fingers are warm. So go typey, typey, typey. Here's your question. What pattern did we crochet at the beginning of this video? Which pattern did we crochet at the beginning of this video? This one is an easy question, of course, but let's see. Were you here? Do you remember? You might want to look at the title of this video in case you didn't see it. On YouTube, you can see a title. Facebook doesn't have a title, I believe. But who knows? Hopefully you know. It says in the description too. So it should be easy peasy, right? So even if you weren't here, and I do recommend watching the replay if you do want to know how to crochet it. So fun times. Go typey, typey, typey. In the meantime, I can probably show another review of. These were some reviews I got last year. I read the first 2 yesterday. So let's go to Lori. Lori says, hi Nicole, I'm enjoying the ebook. Brilliant ideas. I'm making a hat for all of my grandkids so they can put a smile on my great-grandson's 9-month-old face. Oh my gosh, I love it. This is kind of a 2-in-1, right? You make yourself laugh. I almost want to say 3-in-1, right? She makes herself laugh, her grandkids, and her great-grandson. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. I love this so much that it's like a little, like a family event. Let's make everyone smile, right? And then Denise says, what a great idea. Love these. I can't wait to make them for my grandchildren. Thank you. I have this feeling a lot of you guys make them for your kids or grandchildren. So just saying, these hats are extremely popular. Okay, Nieta, I need to celebrate you later, okay? Because I need to right now show off our winner. Okay, so let's remove question number 1 and let's find our winner. Here we go. I'm going to cover my eyes. Mouse is in the right position. Zoomy dooby doop. I'm going to scroll up and down, and let's find our winner. I'm going to stop. How about I'm going to stop right. I think we're going to stop right here. We have, Sarah already won yesterday. You guys, if you won already, please don't answer. I just realized that. I'm going to go to the one right below. Janice Urfer. Yay! Hang on. I'm going to press my buttons. Woohoo! If you already won within the last month, please don't answer, okay? It makes it harder for me to find a winner. And I do know that Sarah won. So, let's see. I'm going to figure out what you won with you together at the same time because the spinny will decide for you, Janice. And Janice won a $20 Ravi coupon code. Woohoo! Congratulations, Janice! I am so happy for you. That's a great price. You can get quite a bit of patterns on Ravelry with that. Yay! Okay, so let's go to question number 2. Question number 2, but first I have to celebrate Nieta. Yay! You got the ebook. I'm so happy for you. Okay, I said I would celebrate you, so there you go. So now we're going to go to question number 2. Quick reminder, we're going to go live again in the next few days. Make sure you join us if you want to have another chance to win. Whoopsie daisy, click the wrong button. There we go. Okay, let's go. Question number 2. Question number 2 is name a non-animal hat pattern from this ebook. A non-animal one, aka an actual creature. Even though I call this ebook the moving creature hats, right? But I'm talking about a non-animal. So we have a bunch of patterns in there. Some of them are animals, some of them are non-animals. Name one that is not an animal that is in this ebook. This one right here, volume 3. Name one of them. It doesn't matter where you are, whether you're on Facebook or on YouTube. Go typey, typey, typey so you have a chance to win. Woohoo! Okay, I'm going to read the last comment real quick so that way you have another chance to typey, typey, typey. And that's from Marla. Marla says, yes. The question was, do you enjoy this ebook? Yes. I haven't actually read it or watched the videos yet. I want to print the patterns off so I can visually follow along with videos as I'm crocheting. That's the way to go. The hats are all so cute. Can't wait to get the pumps. But we'll start on the hats as soon as I can print them. You're the best. So creative. Thank you, Marla. I appreciate your review, even though you haven't done the patterns yet. But the patterns are easy and very straightforward. And large font, of course, make it super duper awesome. All right, let's go and find our winner. Okay, the winner for question number 2. I'm going to scroll up and down. Here we go. Scroll up and down. Please don't answer if you already won. And I'm going to find my winner. Here we go. I'm going to stop right here. We have Garmlin? I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm just going to go with it. Okay? Yay! You could have said alien, dino, scarecrow. I mean, witch is probably one of them, right? It's not an animal. Robot. There are several of them that you could have picked. But yes, alien's one of them. So let's see. Garmlin. I don't know how to pronounce your name, so I'm just going to go with whatever I said. And let's see what you want. It looks like a free ebook of your choice. Woohoo! I have 35 different ebooks. So do me a favor, hop over to my website, nikkishomemade.crafts.com, and find which ebook you want. There's a tab that says ebooks. Tap that, figure out which one you want, and email me. So now let me show you guys my email address so that way anyone who has a question or won needs to email me, okay? So email me right here. Nicole at nikkishomemade.crafts.com. The other one would be support at nikkishomemade.crafts.com. Remember, it's NICKIS homadecrafts.com. If you take a screenshot of your winnings, even better, because I need to verify that you are truly the winner. Okay, so please maybe take a screenshot of your, when I showed your name off. Send it over with the email. The subject line should say winner of the price and the date of today. Okay, so in case you email me tomorrow, I still need to know which day you won. Okay, whether you email me today or tomorrow or in a week. I need the date because I'm confirming that you are truly the winner. Okay, plus it gives me time to see how often you win, and you don't want to have we want to have everyone have a chance to win. Okay, so you can win one time per month. So please email me, and if you have any questions whatsoever, you can email me as well, especially if it's about this ebook. And we're talking about this right here. So if you want to grab this ebook, you have any questions about this ebook, just email me. But I want to remind you really quickly that you have the material list, the videos, the table of content, and the main menu button are all clickable. Okay, so here's a visual representation of that. Okay, so you can tap and jump to whatever you're looking for. It's all very easy and clear and written out. And as I said, I'm going to update this ebook by Wednesday with all the video links added. So no matter what, you have them all in there. Okay, so even if you print it now, it's fine. You just, you can print one page extra, and then, that way you can substitute it out once the video is available. But there's 3 more videos we're doing in the next 3 days. Okay, we're going to teach a few more. So what am I doing in the next few days? Okay, so all these 3 days, I'm going to pick one of these animals or non-animals from this hat ebook right here, and I'm going to teach it to you. Today we did the zebra. We'll see what we're going to do tomorrow. Okay, so make sure you come back, because we're also going to give away prizes, and tell your crochet besties to join us. Okay, because this ebook is pretty darn cute and adorable, and I promise you, you're going to make everyone smile when you make one of these and wear them or have them wear it. It's going to be awesome. I personally think these are going to be a big hit. They have been for the last few years since I started this journey with the moving hats. We had volume 1, we had volume 2, this is volume 3. So make sure you grab it before the sale ends. The link is right there with the QR code, and the coupon code is up there as well. So make sure you grab it for yourself. I sure hope I see you back here tomorrow. Until then, happy hooking. Go grab your moving hat.